Hi, my name's Rohan Mills. I'm the Caterpillar Product and Application Specialist, and today I'm going to take you for a short walk around the Caterpillar 432 Backhoe Loader. So starting at the front of the machine, you see it's fitted with a Caterpillar multi-purpose bucket, or a 4-in-1 bucket. That means it's got the ability to act like a normal bucket. You can also use it for clamping. You'll notice the serrations inside the clamshell there. You can open the bucket up and use it for backblading, or you can also use it for dozing, using this dozer blade at the back with the clamshell opened. One of the standard features on these buckets is this raised floor. So the raised floor effectively acts like a torque tube, which provides torsional resistance. Make sure that bucket's nice and square for its life. You've also got a two-piece cutting edge across the front here, which makes it nice and easy for operators to be able to handle those cutting edges. We've got the ability to swap the edges from left to right, right to left. And we also have the ability to rotate the edges. So if you look down here, you can see the beveled edge both at the front and at the rear of that cutting edge enables that cutting edge to be rotated around to maximize the number of wear lives that you get out of it. Up the top, you've again got a large torque tube in here. This provides good torsional resistance. Make sure again the bucket stays square. And you'll also note that with this large flat plane at the top here on the torque tube, that is in fact parallel with the bucket base edge. So you know when you see this level with the ground, you know that your bucket is level with the ground as well. Here we are at the loader arms of the Cat Backhoe, and as you can see, nice low profile, down out of the way, enabling great visibility for the operator to look down at the bucket or whatever attachment is fitted at the front, such as forks. You'll notice that the linkages are made of heavy gauge steel, really robust. The torque tube, cylindrical torque tube, is not only welded on the inside but also on the outside, which provides maximum torsional strength, ensuring that these loader arms stay square for the life of the machine. This particular arrangement, the bucket is pinned directly onto the loader arms, you'll see there. We do also have the option of a quick coupler, which enables the operator to easily and quickly interchange between attachments such as material handling arm, forks, broom and the like. At the front here, we've also got this cylinder lock for your lift cylinder. So when doing servicing on the machine, you can install this on this lift cylinder here, locking it out in the raised position, and gives you unparalleled access to the engine bay. This machine is also fitted with the optional lock check valves. So hose burst valves, check valves, crane valves, got various names, but you can see they've got them on both the lift cylinder and also on the tilt cylinder circuits, both the left and the right hand side over there. Moving to the engine bay, so one of the standard features that we have on these machines is the rubber bump stops at the front here, just protecting that grille when you're getting up close to machines and objects. You've got the ability also to lift up this front hood, providing great access to your cooling package. So you've got your various cooling cores in here, and we've also got the ability to tilt out your cooler, enabling you to get an air wand inside and clean that out. So great access when it comes to cleaning out your cooling package, unparalleled, only available on these Cat Backhoe loaders. Here we are on the left hand side of the Cat Backhoe loader. The first thing you'll notice, the fuel tank. So this is non-metallic design. It does however have a steel protective casing to protect it from damage. You see the large platform at the top here, non-slip, easy to climb into and out of the machine. It's also useful when servicing the machine via the engine bay at the top there. You see we've got the non-metallic fender here. You've got a stomp pad, metallic stomp pad there to place your foot. nice and easy to do your servicing up into the engine bay. We've also got a set of steps here, which is in a stair-like arrangement, enabling it nice, easy access. With thanks to this rubber design here, it's designed to be able to take a knock without damaging the steps and breaking them. Climbing into the machine, you've got large grab handles on either side, making it nice and easy to climb into the machine. The Cat engine bay is accessed via the hood release button in the cab. All daily servicing is accessible via this left-hand side of the engine bay. Starting at the front here, you've got your hydraulic oil tank, you've got your sight gauge, nice and easy to see and check that you've got enough fluid. You've got a fill, and in here you've also got your engine oil filler here and your transmission oil filler here. Fuel water separator with a clear sight bowl is just in front of you. You've got your engine dipstick, which is just to the side there. The coolant overflow bottle at the front there. And then you also have your air cleaner here, engine air. So you can see the fresh air is pulled from the right-hand side of the engine bay through this ducting. It goes through an integral pre-cleaner, which utilises a Venturi series of tubes. And then you have your primary and secondary air filters before the air moves its way through to the engine. Here I am in the seat of the Cat 432 Backhoe Loader. This truly is the best seat on the job site. The cab is nice and large and spacious, even for the biggest of operators. There's a variety of seats that are available. This particular machine is fitted with the deluxe seat, so it has full functionality, which includes the ability for the seat to tilt forward, pad, and slide forward. You've got the ability for the seat to slide fore and aft, the entire seat, and also the spin button, rotate, for moving from loader to backhoe mode. On the side, we've also got a heated switch and the backrest angle lever as well. And on the arm bars, we've got the ability to adjust the angles of those arm bars using the rollers underneath. So fully configurable to suit any size operator. Within the cab, we've also got windows that open, both front and rear windows. They could be either cracked slightly open or can be fully opened. And the same with the rear. The rear windows can also be slightly opened or fully opened. All the loader controls are easily accessible. You have your split brakes on the left-hand side, and you also have the ability to isolate and brake on the left or the right independently if you wish. You have your pedal to enable the steering wheel to be pulled into position. You've also got a lever which allows the steering wheel to telescope in and out to suit the operator's preference. And then on the right hand side you have your foot throttle. On the left hand side you have your gear shifter, forward, neutral and reverse. You've also, through twisting, allows you to select your desired gear, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if in auto transmission, by setting it 4, that actually enables 5th and 6th gears, which is travel speed up to 40 kilometers an hour. In addition to the gear shift that you have here and your directional shift, you also have a forward, neutral and reverse switch on the right loader lever, which is extremely convenient for operators to use. The switches that we have at the front here, we have got the two-wheel drive, two-wheel braking, two-wheel drive, four-wheel braking, which effectively locks up the front wheels when the brakes are applied, and four-wheel drive, four-wheel braking, which is ideally used in muddy, soft underfoot conditions. You've got your emergency hazard lights there. On the right-hand side, you've got your beacon light, your front working lights, your fog lights. I mentioned the auto shift transmission. You also have the option by pressing the bottom of the switch to go to manual transmission. So whatever gear you select with your gear shift will be manually locked in, but typically the machine is run in auto shift. This machine is also fitted with ride control. So the ride control has the option of either auto ride control, which kicks in when a machine reaches a certain speed as set from factory, or you have the option of turning ride control off, in which case the ride control does not activate. On the right hand stem, you've got a series of lights and also your window washing functions. On your right hand side, you've got your pilot controlled loader lever. So loader arm down, up, bucket dump, bucket crowd. You notice that there's also two detent positions. So when pushed forward, there's a float detent, and when crowded, there's a return to dig detent position. One thing I did want to point out are the buttons on the back of this loader lever. The bottom button is your transmission neutralizer button. The top button is your differential lock. Now that is unique on the Caterpillar machine. When that button is pressed and held, the transmission is locked up in the rear differential. We've also got a safety feature built into the machine such that when it identifies that the rear wheels are both gaining traction, that differential will unlock automatically. You've got your park brake on your right hand side. So this is a manual mechanical park brake. On the right hand side of the machine, similar to what we showed with the windows on the left hand side, you've also got full opening window function on the right hand side, front and back, and also a door on the side here to allow for access either side of the machine. The machines come standard with a storage compartment on this left hand side above the wheel arch. You've also got a number of drink holders, coat rack and coat hanger. At the front here you've got your courtesy lighting. This is an optional front sun visor that's available. You can see the Caterpillar radio here. Got the large internal rear view mirror. We've also got the external rear view mirrors, little parcel storage, your speakers, and we've also got machine security on this particular machine, which enables you to lock it out and it requires a security passcode to start the machine. Down here, we've also got the recirc filter, which enables you to change from fresh air to recirculation with your air conditioning. On the right hand side of the machine, we've got a range of controls, starting with the ignition switch, which is a keyed switch. Moving across the top here, you have a glow plug switch. You've got an economy mode. So when the economy mode is activated, that reduces the engine RPM, slows the machine down a little bit, but also reduces the fuel consumption. You've got your HVAC controls here. So you've got your heater, your aircon, and your thermostat control via the dial, and then the fan speed has got a 3-position switch. You've got continuous flow, which is the continuous flow for the auxiliary hydraulics on the hoe end. This switch here with the safety slider is for your hydraulic quick coupler on the hoe end. Moving down to the bottom, you've got your hydraulic lockout switch. So when starting up the machine, the operator is required to press this switch to activate the hydraulics in both the front and hoe end. You've got your lights, front working lights and rear working lights. This particular machine is fitted with the powered side shift. So again, using this little safety lever, you have the ability to slide the hoe to the left or to the right, all via this switch. You've got a lifting crane alarm sensor that can turn off the alarm when it's being overloaded if the operator wishes. And you also have a pattern changer. So 1 being excavator and 2 being your conventional backhoe pattern. Moving to the back here, you've got your hand throttle, which can be set via either your pedal or via your lever there. You've got your pilot controlled stabilizer levers to raise your and lower your left and your right stabilizers as you're facing the hoe end. And you've also got your boom lock. So when traveling in a with the boom in the fully raised position, this boom lock will lock that boom into place, preventing any possibility that it can drift down whilst traveling. So I'm facing the hoe end of the machine. You'll notice that there's a button on the floor here. By pressing that, I can then adjust these control pods. Can slide in and out, forward and aft to suit the operator's preference. Pilot control, hoe controls. On the left lever, you've got your horn, you've got your auxiliary hydraulics. On the right lever, you've got your E-stick control. These machines can be fitted in both the backhoe pattern or an excavator pattern using the 1-2 switch on your left-hand side. I mentioned about the comfort in the cab earlier. You'll notice that you've got aircon vents on both the left and right-hand side, and we've also got 4 air vents at the front of the machine, ensuring that the operator is nice and comfortable throughout the day's shift. You've got your windscreen wiper, rear windscreen wiper here with your control switch here. I mentioned the windows. The windows can be adjusted so that they can be slightly opened or can be fully opened, depending on whatever the operator's preference is. And then in addition to that, you've got this single piece rear window. So 2 switches there. By raising it up, locking into place securely, nice and comfortable operating environment when operating the hoe. Boom cylinder on top here. It's also got the check valves here. We've got the stick cylinder at the top, and there's check valves on the rear of that. And then we've got the extendable stick, the adjustable wear pads there for tightening up the wear pads, and then your bucket cylinder. Down here we've got the cast bucket linkage. So this is what we refer to as our high rotation linkage. So this provides 205 degrees of bucket rotation. So you get the best of both worlds. You get great speed, but also you get that maximum breakout force with this particular bucket arrangement and linkage arrangement. This machine is fitted with a lifting eye. So this is an option on our backhoes. This is rated to 2 tons, 2,000 kilogram rated lifting capacity there. We've also got the cat design, cat made hydraulic quick coupler on this machine. So you'll notice that there are 3 lines, and you've got your wedge style coupler. And the 3 lines, we've got the top pin in here, which is spring applied, hydraulically released with one of those lines. And then at the rear, you've got a wedge design, and the wedge in here is actuated by the other 2 hydraulic lines to slide the wedge in and out. So that ensures that you've got rattle-free buckets, nice and easy to pick up, change over without having to get out of the machine, get dirty, get muddy, It's all done from the comfort of the cab there. The bucket that you can see here, this is a Caterpillar bucket, dig bucket. So this particular one is the 600 mil. We've got the diagonal retention system teeth on this bucket. So weld-on adapters, pin-on teeth, nice and easy, driving those pins out, easy to interchange these teeth. The buckets, cat buckets as I mentioned, we've got the thick hardened steel on the sidewalls here. You've got hardened steel on the base edge. You've also got a tapered design which makes sure that the bucket does not get stuck in the trench as it's digging through, thanks to that tapered design standard on our cat buckets. Moving back to the swing casting here and the H-frame that we've got. So this is a side shift machine, obviously. So we've got all the hydraulic hoses nicely bundled together, neatly routed through this H-frame here. So if in the unlikely event that you do have a hydraulic failure, it is nice and easy to get access to any of the hoses. You'll note that all the hoses have got QR codes, they're numbered, labelled, identified. So if there is a failure, it's nice and easy to go to your Caterpillar dealer and find that replacement hose or wiring harness or part, whatever it is. Everything's labelled here. This particular machine has also got the powered side shift fitted to it, so that is an option that's available on our cat backhoes. So you can see that we've got the two hydraulic cylinders, they're opposing directions, and that's all controlled with a switch in the cab. That enables the slide frame to slide all the way to the left or all the way to the right, just with the press of a button. We'll also notice that we've got a couple of options here. You've got the rear light guard here. You can see a heavy duty guard available. We've also got the stabilizers and the street pads. So the street pads being the rubber pads at the bottom of those stabilizers, which is ideal if you're operating the machine on any sort of finished surface, pavement, bitumen, just protects that surface. And you'll also note that we've got the symmetrical design. You can see the bolt pattern, 3 bolts there and then another 3 bolts in there. And the ability, these are 2 parts. So the ability, the outside is the one that always wears out the first because of all the weight that's being driven through it. You do have the ability of undoing all 6 bolts and swapping left to right, and you get a second wear out of those street pads effectively. So just maximising the life of the pads is how we've designed the machine. So finishing off on the right hand side of this cat backhoe, you've got a storage compartment above the wheel arch, which contains your cab fresh air filter. You've also got your window washer fluid bottle there, and then down on the right hand side pannier tank, you've got a storage compartment which contains your battery and also your disconnect switch as well. Great place to store any loose material, grease gun, grease tubes, rags out of the operator's cab. So that concludes our walk around the Cat 432 backhoe loader. Hopefully you've got an idea of some of the features that are built into these machines, but for more information, go to cat.com or visit your local cat dealer.